A reading from the book of 2 Kings. Today is November 26th. Our reading from 2 Kings is chapter 21. Manasseh was 12 years old when he became king, and he reigned 55 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Hephzibah. He did what was displeasing to the Lord, following the abhorrent practices of the nations that the Lord had dispossessed before the Israelites. He rebuilt the shrines that his father Hezekiah had destroyed. He enacted altars for Baal and made a sacred post, as King Ahab of Israel had done. He bowed down to all the hosts of heaven and worshipped them. He built altars for them in the house of the Lord, of which the Lord had said, "I will establish my name in Jerusalem." He built altars for all the hosts of heaven in the two courts of their house of the Lord. He consigned his son to the fire. He practiced soothsaying and divination, and consulted ghosts and familiar spirits. He did much that was displeasing to the Lord to vex him. The sculptured image of Asherah that he made, he placed in the house concerning which the Lord had said to David and to his son Solomon, "In this house and in Jerusalem, which I chose out of all the tribes of Israel, I will establish my name forever, and I will not again cause the feet of Israel to wander from the land that I gave to their fathers, if they will but faithfully observe all that I had commanded them, and teachings with which my servant Moses charged them." But they did not obey, and Manasseh led them astray to do greater evil than the nations that the Lord had destroyed before the Israelites. Therefore the Lord spoke through his servants the prophets, because King Manasseh of Judah had done these abhorrent things. He is outdone in wickedness, and all the Amorites did before his time, and because he led Judah to sin with his fetishes. Assuredly, thus said the Lord, the God of Israel, I am going to bring such a disaster on Jerusalem and Judah that both ears of everyone who hear about it will tingle. I will apply to Jerusalem the measuring line of Samaria and the weight of the house of Ahab. I will wipe Jerusalem clean as one wipes a dish and turns it upside down. And I will cast off the remnants of my own people and deliver them into the hands of their enemies. They shall be plunder and prey to all their enemies, because they have done what is displeasing to me and have been vexing me from the day that their fathers came out of Egypt to this day. Moreover, Manasseh put so many innocent persons to death that he filled Jerusalem with blood from end to end, beside the sin he committed at causing Judah to do what was displeasing to the Lord. The other events of Manasseh's reign and all his actions and the sins he committed are recorded in the annals of the kings of Judah. Manasseh slept with his fathers and was buried in the garden of his palace, in the garden of Uzzah, and his son Amon succeeded him as king. Amon was 22 years old when he became king, and he reigned 2 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Meshullemeth, daughter of Haruz of Jothbah. He did what was displeasing to the Lord, as his father Manasseh had done. He walked in all the ways of his father, worshipping the fetishes which his father had worshipped and bowing down to them. He forsook the Lord, the God of his fathers, and did not follow the way of the Lord. Ammon's courtiers conspired against him. They killed the king in his palace. But the people of the land put to death all who had conspired against King Ammon, and the people of the land made his son Josiah king in his stead. The other events of Ammon's reign and his actions are recorded in the annals of the kings of Judah. He was buried in his tomb in the garden of Uzzah, and his son Josiah succeeded him as king.